Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel DEVOPS with Samael. And I have created this channel to share my knowledge on Linux, AWS, and DevOps related all the things. I'll be sharing DevOps real-time DevOps project also, but it will take some time. I started with only like Linux videos at first, then I'll move with AWS DevOps, all the things. Now today, what I have came up with a new topic. Most of you know, right? By default, if I want to connect from one instance EC2 instance to another EC2 instance, that time I will not be able to connect through SSH by default because there is some restriction by default. SSH has given configuration. They mentioned by default users will not be able to connect from one EC2 instance to another EC2 instance. So today I'm going to show you that one how to enable or how to enable connectivity between one server to another EC2 instance through SSH. Also, I will show you how to do passwordless SSH between two servers so that without password they will be able to log it. Okay. So I have drawn a small picture here. So there are two types of method to connect between one server to another server. Okay. Suppose I have created one server one and Samail one and Samail two. There are two servers are available. So as of now, I'm going to connect between two servers through how one is password method, another one is public key authentication method. So this public key authentication method only I said like this is passwordless authentication. So I'll just provide my private key and private public key so that it will connect through both system. So by default, let's go to practical session. So I have created two servers. One is Samail one and another one is Samail 2. Okay, color is changed also, both of them. So to create from one system to other system, at first what I said like pass through password mechanism, right? Okay, let me create user on Samail 2 so that I can connect Samail 2 user through Samail 1 server. Okay, user and maybe I'll create one test user. Okay, and passwd test I am assigning uh, password to user. Okay, I'm giving test username and test pass successful. Okay, so what it is telling, it is successful. Okay, now if I want to log in through to this server through this particular test user, whether I will be able to log in or not, let's try it. Okay, before that I should get the IP address. I can say if config or else I can get it from uh, Amazon console. Okay, so here let me come to first server that is called Samail 1. What I am trying to do, I want to log in from Samail 1 to Samail 2 server with which user, that is called test user. Okay, I'll say SSH which user test. Okay, at the rate IP address. Okay, what it is telling, it is telling as of now test this permission denied as of now. Why permission denied? By default, this particular passwordless, like public key authentication and password authentication is disabled by SSH configuration file by default. So it means where it is tracking, it means it is blocking in this server only. It is disabled password authentication and passwordless authentication also. So how to enable that? For that, there is a configuration file. I'll say slash etc slash ssh and sshd underscore config. So what is the configuration path? etc ssh configuration file. So here, okay, here you can see password authentication. What is telling password authentication is no. It means it is not enabled password authentication. If I am making it yes, I should be able to use it. But once you made changes, it is not reflecting to operating system. You to make it reflect on operating system, you have to restart the particular service. So I'll say restart sshd. So once it is restarted, then I'll try to log in it from here. Can you see this? Now what it is telling, give me the password. So I set the password as test. Can you see this? How, where I am in? I am in Samail 2 server. If I'm checking config IP also, the same IP I will get. See this one. Okay, this one. So it means I have successfully logged in from one server to another server through password. Okay, this is the one method to log in. How to enable? You have to always remember, you have to go to the configuration file, make the changes, necessary changes, and restart the particular session. Okay, now suppose this is password mechanism. Okay, this is done. Now suppose I want to log in from server Samail 1 to Samail 2 through public key authentication. Okay, for that I need to create public key where Samail A, because Samail 1, because I want to connect from Samail 1 to some other server, right? So I need to generate key, public key, private key in the Samail 1 only. But in real time, in future cases also, maybe if you require to connect from Samail 2 to Samail 1, that time you need to generate Samail 2 keys and you need to keep public key to Samail 1. It means here what I am doing, if I am creating key, two keys will be generated. One is private key, okay, and another is public key. Okay, so this public key we have to store into Samail 2, so that how it will do, whenever you are trying to connect from Samail 1 to Samail 2, that time Samail public key will be available in Samail 2, but to authenticate you should provide the private key also. Okay, so how it will, so on SSH mechanism also it will like automatically it will check. We need to keep somewhere the in the file, it will check that file whether okay it is there, public key and private key is matching, then only it is allowed to access. So like this public passwordless authentication is working. So while what I'll do, I'll say I'll exit it from this Samail 2. So I'm in Samail 1. I'll say I'll create one key. To create the key, what is the command? SSH key gen. I'll set RSA key, type is RSA. Okay, what it is telling, enter the file in which to save the key. So by default in this particular path it will save. I said okay, save it there only. And okay, I said okay, I don't need any, I need to set any passphrase. I say okay. So once you created this, one file will be created here, dot ssh. I'll go to dot sh and I'll do ls-la. So here are two keys are available as of now. See, can you see this? Both are created on same timestamp. That is called what? 1226. So ID RSA, ID RSA pub. This dot pub means this is a public key. You need to copy this public key to you on your Samail 2 server, and public key will be with you only. Okay. So for that, what is the command to copy the public key from one server to another server? Direct copy is there. SSH copy ID. Okay, and you can say test at the rate on which server you want to send. You can say this server, right? Samail 2. I'll say Samail 2. Okay, what is telling again to? Okay, let me check whether it is available or not. Where it is available, it should be available. Uh, okay, cd.ssh, and let's try to check it. Okay, still now it is not there. So something root ssh for login with the filters already installed. Ssh copy id one remain is installed. If you prompted install link. Okay, now it is telling what, it is asking for password. Okay, I said okay, for password is this one. What is telling, number of keys added. Let me try to check now whether it is added or not. Okay, let me come and again try it. Okay, some error I got. what it is telling. Okay, so here it added number of 10. Okay, it should added now. Let me try to check it again. Hmm, I think it's added somewhere else. Let me exit it. Oh, okay. I was checking on root home directory. That's what I should go to test users home directory dot ssh. Okay. Now if I'm checking here, it should be here. Okay. Now let me try to log in it. I'll say ssh then test at the rate this particular thing, right? Can you see this now? Now I logged in without the password. Can you see this? I logged in without this password. If I'm again logging, I'll try to log in again. I'm in Samail one server. I'll say I want to log in without password. Now I am able to log in with without password. So because of this authorized keys, so I'll try to open it. This authorized keys. So it is what it is telling. It is the key of root Samail 1. So it means through this key, Samail 1 is authenticating with Samail 2 user. Okay. Now if I am removing this particular key, I will not be able to log in with this server. Maybe I'll move this particular file to some other name, keys 1. Okay. Okay. What it is telling. Let's see. Missing file or find. Okay. Move. Okay. Where I need to move, right? I'll say authorized keys 1. Okay. Now the name is changed. I should not be able to log in with password without password. Let's try to let me exit it. Okay. Now I am in Samail 1. Okay. Now what it is telling, it is asking me for password because it is not getting that particular key. Okay. Let me try to log in with password. As of now I'm able to log in, but if again I'm going to say Samail 2, again I'm moving this particular file with the correct name, that time it should not ask me any password. Let me try here. Okay, let me try here again, try to log in. Can you see this? Now it is not asking me for any password. So like this we can do passwordless SSH between one server to another server. I hope you all understood this particular thing, how to create public key or private key and I to assign public key to the destination server, how to enable connection between one server to another server. For more information, please do subscribe, like and share my channel so that other people also can learn from this particular video. Thank you all. Bye bye.